more highly nutritious. Here to give more.
Mr. Duncan is...
My own money is bothering me. I have one Burger King, Chicken McAllister, a TV, Turtle Dove, yeah.
Hey, it is Monday, October 31st, Halloween, and it's with a heavy heart that I'm just kidding. I don't have a heavy heart.
No.
Screw them.
Are you surprised?
The YouTube, yeah. So, look, just so you know, right now I have to pre-tape this because we are going to continue doing our Halloween Spooktacular. It's an annual tradition, and then we'll have to get changed, get into wardrobe. But obviously, we'd be remiss if we didn't address this. Over this weekend, we received a second strike on the YouTube channel. And if you don't know how that works, third strike means you're out
Forever.
permanently,
Yeah.
forever.
Mm-hmm.
The first strike was Carrie Lake, the interview,
Right.
where she discussed some election security issues in her home state of Arizona in a primary, which she won. So we had a strike and we were removed from that. This last one is on the episode where we discussed Elon Musk's takeover.
It can't possibly be me.
It absolutely could be.
Well, I hope not.
You're doing. It's 2 out of 3 are you? The only and a third was Carrie Lake.
And I've been proven right on everything that I've been said
Of
and been
course.
stricken for at the time.
Yes, stricken. Is that the right word?
I
here?
think so.
Okay. So, by the way, the hashtag is Crowder on Rumble. Look, here's what I will ask of you. I'll give you some kind of inside baseball here. Use the hashtag Crowder on Rumble. Tweet it. Instagram. Please let people know because we will be streaming here on Rumble through November 21st.
Yep.
Because for 2 weeks we cannot upload to YouTube. We cannot stream to YouTube. And by the way, it only hit me after we sort of went through the paces this weekend. That means we won't be able to stream the election with you. So let's walk through this here really quickly to give you an update. We don't know exactly what it is.
No, because YouTube, even though in that email sends something that says, hey, we want you to learn from your mistakes, they don't actually tell you your mistakes.
Right.
There's no time codes
Right.
to say, hey, here's exactly what you said, so don't do that again.
So the episode that was struck was the episode where we were discussing Elon Musk's takeover of Twitter. I do know that in that episode, I also plugged that Carrie Lake was going to be back on.
You did.
So, and I believe the last time Carrie Lake was on the show, we were also exclusively on Rumble. So since that first strike, we've never actually been allowed to host Carrie Lake on the show, who, by the way, will very likely be the governor of Arizona.
Yeah.
So I know I plugged Carrie Lake on that show, and I know we discussed Section 230 and how it's a good thing for Elon Musk to take over Twitter because we need accountability for big tech platforms, and we discussed how they can put their thumb on the scales of an election. Not a conspiracy, not a QAnon, not JFK, Ted Cruz's dad killed JFK. We said, if you do not allow points of view to be permitted on social media, that can affect the election. For example, Carrie Lake. Carrie Lake, if they say we won't allow Carrie Lake to be on this channel, we won't allow Carrie Lake's interview to be public on YouTube, which had garnered millions of plays across all the platforms, well, that can affect the election.
Yeah, absolutely.
Same thing if we're discussing the fact that social media is putting their thumb on the scales of the election. That can affect the election. This is why media matters. This is why you need to check media bias. And look, so we don't know exactly. And let me just be really clear. We're going to do the Halloween Spooktacular show here in a little bit because we want to have fun.
Yeah.
So we'll
need
do
to
the
have
same fun show that we planned because the term happy warrior is something people often use, but genuinely everyone here is happy. It's stressful, but we're happy. We're glad to be in the line of fire with you. We couldn't be more grateful for the fact that you support us, that we are able to go to Rumble and, of course, Mug Club, where you guys can watch the rest of the show. But tomorrow we will have Carrie Lake on the show.
Yeah.
Tuesday, and we will have hopefully more information. I don't want to come out and give you the wrong information just because YouTube is, the biggest tech platform that exists is too lazy to answer any emails from the half-Asian lawyer over the weekend.
Right. And you think, I mean, leading up to the election, it's not just about having Carrie Lake on. It's about us addressing every single lie that you know is coming, right? So they talk about an October surprise when something happens late in the game to change the course of potentially...
Surprise, bitch!
Right. Exactly. Usually it ends up being an early November surprise.
Yes.
So they basically silenced the largest conservative voice on YouTube and given us no opportunity to reach out to these
Some could say
millions of people.
I'll be gone till November.
That's true. Wake me up when November ends? I don't know.
No, wake me up when it's the third Monday of November. So it really does boil down to this. Look, okay, let's just be clear here. We were on our way to hit this show, just this show, 100 million plays and downloads within a 30-day period. which has never been done by a conservative show, period. It's never been done by any really show on any other network on television. I say that because it's relevant here. I usually want the work to speak for itself, but let's just be really candid. Let's put all of our cards on the table.
Yeah.
This isn't about me. This is about you. 100 million of you. That's not including all the Instagram plays, all the other reach. That's just plays on the show or the clips or audio downloads therein.
Yeah.
Over 60 million of those were going to be coming from YouTube within a 30-day period. We had Kari Lake on the show. Kari Lake was surging. Okay. I think we have an overlay. Last election, the election of 2020, more people tuned into this show, this studio. If you add up YouTube, you add up Facebook, you add up Mon Club, I think it was 16, 17 million if you add all of them up. And the end result here is we will not be able to stream the election on the world's biggest media platform, YouTube. Every time we've beaten everyone they line up in front of us. You've beaten them. You've chosen this show. Now they want to choose for you. It boils down to this. A gubernatorial candidate spoke her mind and backed it up on this show and is likely going to be the governor of Arizona. She has an election coming up within the next 2 weeks.
Weird.
That was struck and removed from the channel. And now this channel, the biggest conservative YouTube channel, an individual show that has ever existed and has had the biggest numbers, the most amount of you tuning in on any given election night, will not be able to perform, will not be able to stream on that platform on the election with no clear reason given. Now, maybe that's what, maybe it's on purpose that YouTube decided to do this within 2 weeks of the election. Maybe it's not. But the end result is the same. Think of the impact that has on people going out and voting, on people's perception of candidates. If you can get rid of the number one program that exists in educating people, just as the one counterbalance to all of ABC, CBS, NBC, certainly as we're talking about comedy shows, the Colberts, the Fallons, the Trevor Noahs of the world, there is no other counterbalance. Get rid of it. Ensure there aren't those tens of millions of plays just on election-related issues. It doesn't matter whether that's why they're doing it. The end result is the same. This is designed to not only silence you, to not only make you feel defeated, and of course us defeated, but you feel defeated in making your choices as to what you watch. But this is, I believe, directly designed to try and control a raging inferno burning before the election.
Yeah. Well, and thank God we have a platform like Rumble to be able to go to now.
Yeah.
A few years ago, we didn't really have this option. So make sure you go over there. I don't care if you're subscribed to YouTube as well.
Right.
But make sure you sign up for us on Rumble. Get over there and subscribe to the show because that's where we're going to be. We're going to be doing a fun Halloween show. Screw you, YouTube. You don't get it.
Yep.
You don't get our spooktacular.
Rumble, Instagram, Twitter, Mug Club, obviously. Anywhere you can join up, follow, and anywhere you can share this right now, especially as we go, because we will still be streaming the election, just not on YouTube. Anywhere you can go to get the word out, we appreciate it because we will be here Tuesday, tomorrow, with Kari Lake, hopefully with some clear answers. We always want to do our due diligence. We always want to, aim once and aim right. I mean that figuratively, to be clear. But I mean, I don't want to come out here and just stir up drama if we don't actually have the answers. I'm pretty sure the answers will piss you off equally once we have them. But we'll have all of those tomorrow. There's no reason to shortchange something that's become a tradition here that we know you enjoy. So tomorrow, Tuesday, we'll have the info. We'll have Kari Lake as a big proverbial middle finger, a beautiful middle finger.
Yeah.
Because Kari Lake, quite fetching middle finger. And right now, we all need to go, get changed, build this studio so that this is, like I told you, it's the magic of pre-taping so that we can then live stream the Halloween Spooktacular. Be a happy warrior. Let's have fun with this. Bye.
I'm calling regarding a couple of stories I've seen describing fibrous clots being discovered by embalmers.
I haven't heard anything about that.
No, haven't heard of it and haven't experienced it.
I have not heard anything about it.
I'll tell you this, since this COVID come out, you got to make at least 3 incisions just to get the clots out the body. That's unnatural. There's something wrong with that.
Would you be comfortable, talking more about this?
I sure would. I've been
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. The mailbox is full and cannot accept any messages at this time.
I'm really not bothered. I'm really not scared of them. I'm frightened of living a lie and being complicit in this terrible, terrible crime. I refuse to do that.
Did you ever hear that legend of that spooky dude?
In cities across America, they whisper his name.
Yeah, his name's something like a candy.
Rumor has it, if you say his name in a mirror 5 times, he appears.
Yeah, you say his name 5 times in the mirror, it comes out and kills you.
1, 2, 3, 4. Candy ass.
Wait, hold on a second. Aren't you just that fat balding guy on CNN?
Yes, it is I, heterosexual news anchor Brian Stelter, who can take an agenda, cover it in news, sprinkle it with lies and some misinformation too. The candy ass. The candy ass can.
Oh God, no.
I like girls.
Some believed it was just a fairy tale, but they were wrong.
Candy ass.
Ugh. What's so ooh about it? You're next, Twinkle Toes.
No one is safe.
Candy ass.
Ooh, this one's for you. Oh, I don't come for girls.
Only women are safe.
You don't have a brother, do you?
Candy ass. Coming soon. Unless you're female.
Well, just so you know, I can't hear a whole lot today.
It looks like you can.
Huh? Happy Halloween! It's our Spooktacular. Now I know we used to do the Spooktacular live, obviously on campus for years. The problem is then there was COVID, and now we just don't want to do it anyway. So we do it in the studio. If you want to go see a live show, me and actually, you know what? I'm going to reverse the order. Fastest man on his feet. Dave Landau is here, and him and I are on tour. You can see us live, loudearthcrowder.com/tour. We have some tickets left at Ryman Auditorium, the second show, 9:30. How are you, Dave?
I am good. How are you?
I am okay. I don't know if we all have our costumes.
Yes.
And hey, by the way, where are they sending their costume contest winnings?
To hashtag Spooktacular.
Hashtag Spook. No, but where are they sending them to? On Instagram?
Yeah, on Instagram.
On Instagram.
Yeah,
You're
tag out
your
Louder with
costume.
Crowder.
Look, if I'm off, I can't hear a thing.
You were on with that.
It's very difficult for Monkey Spocks to, cat's out of the bag.
Yeah, you told him.
Get it?
I'm,
And who are you wearing?
I am Johnny Depp's bed.
Oh. Because she pooped.
Yes, I'll be honest, I wouldn't hate this.
That's right. You have a pillow with you wherever you go. Let's just try and stay awake.
I'm trying.
And then, so look, we have a lot to get to today, and I'll bring you in there in a second here, Iceman. We have a lot to discuss. I don't know if you know this. Former Vice President Joe Biden. Look, it's been talked about, but since we have weekends here, just flat out lied about gas. We have a bunch of spooky stories for you. We have the spooky tale of the elections, most safe and secure elections. We have some. What else do we have? Oh, Russia. We have the spooky tale of gas prices and inflation. So it's a theme because it's a holiday. And Gerald A. Also, he used to be my wingman.
Yep.
Well, not my wingman. He was actually my rival. And now he's. I just realized we do have the clock. Sorry, everything is off. I can't hear. It's so disorienting when you can't hear anything. All right, Iceman, how are you?
Why are you discriminating against me?
I'm gonna try with the headphones here. Let's see. Okay, what was that?
I don't like you anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we should.
Be my wingman.
We
So
should
you're
know.
Elizabeth Warren?
Yes. He's current Iceman, to be clear. Well, I hope if he's Elizabeth Warren, he's cooking his powwow chow at a wet bar.
Yeah, so for sure.
I don't know if it works with batteries, but this is going to be annoying all show.
Absolutely 100%.
He's really good with that. You've been practicing.
He really is. I tried to use that. I can't communicate at all.
You're a dick.
What'd you say?
I'm sorry. You're
What'd
a
you say,
turd.
Iceman? Hey, guess what? You die in the next scene.
Yes.
Damn it.
It's got to be fun to be in a movie to go, hey, we just want you in for 5 minutes to say goodbye.
Right. He's like, why? Because your throat looks like a lady's private parts.
Yeah, I can't help it.
But I don't smoke. What happened?
Don't worry, we'll have a montage to your super heterosexual volleyball scene.
Don't be jealous of my app.
If this seems tedious to you, okay, look, we do 200 shows for you a year. This one is for us.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if it seems insensitive, it is.
Yes, exactly. It is. And Toolman, you. Oh, okay. I think I see who you are.
I'm a championship college swimmer for
Okay.
the women's swim team.
That makes sense. And then we have we have.
Not a joke.
We have Yakuza. And by the way, before you say it, Yakuza. No. It's how I want to say it. Yakuza. Who? What are you wearing?
I'm Elliot Page.
Well, I can't tell. You got to turn towards the
You gotta
camera.
show
Let him.
the,
Oh, well, now it's clear.
Oh, I like that.
Very nice. And then
Put in abs and the mastectomy.
Tokunawan, what do we got? What do we got going on for you?
Yeah, I'm a Kansas City Proud Boy.
Oh, okay. All right,
Makes
good.
sense,
He's just one of the boys.
Yeah. Just one of the guys who likes to go get a governor with the fellas.
Yes. Saturdays for the glowworm. So my question for you is, hey, what's the most insane Halloween costume you've seen today, this year? And the one that I really wanted, we couldn't make it. We just didn't have the time. Quarter Black Garrett is gone across the country, so he usually does the props. We wanted to do Hellpfizer with the needles. It just took too much work. We couldn't make them stick.
I enjoy seeing the spirit of Halloween get very upset with people photoshopping all their costumes.
Yes.
And the best one was just a guy in a mask, and it said "fucking retard."
Wasn't Joe Biden.
I'm sorry if you beeped that out, but I just had to share it because it's just so blunt and offensive that I loved it.
A bunch of people have been doing the Change My Mind meme as costumes too. They put them
saw
out there
that.
as decorations. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fun. I don't mind it. If you're making money off it and selling Change My Mind shirts or doing it on YouTube, I don't know how you sleep at night.
It's got to be cool to be a meme, though.
Yeah, I don't mind it at all.
Yeah.
I just find it odd when other people are just like unoriginal.
Yeah.
It's like I'm gonna do this on a campus. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
we have a lot to get to, but we have some Halloween trivia for you, Halloween quizzes. You can play along if you're, of course, right now in chat on Mug Club, loudnesscrowd.com/Mug Club, and we'll be taking your chat afterwards here when we're done we're on YouTube, we're on Rumble today. That's right. Next week we have some stuff that is not on YouTube. So, some questions for you. Halloween's origins can be traced to what? What was that?
That's our
It's a music.
spooky theme music
Again,
for the quiz.
forgive me. I can hear about half of what is going on today. I thought someone was going to the bathroom.
That was actually me. Well, it was happening to me.
There's a spider on your desk.
Stop it.
And one on the mat.
Stop it.
And
I don't like
Up there.
My biggest fear is being locked up against my will. Alzheimer's or any neurodegenerative disease.
spider.
And
I wish he was Goose.
how that this is how you know it's an unholy day where Gerald A is the funniest among us.
I know. It doesn't make sense.
Who knew? You gave him a prop and he's hilarious.
Yeah, the guy. You throw him a voice box.
It's gonna be Carrot Top. Watch, he's gonna come out.
Not gay.
Gonna come out with a broad mousetrap, like booby trap. We get it. So Halloween's origins can be traced to what Celtic festival? Is it A, Beltane, B, autumn equinox? Give me some dings there. Come on, do we have some dings? Give me some dings. B, Or maybe you aren't. I'm just not hearing them. B, autumn equinox. C, St. Bridget's Day. Or D, Samhain. Do I have the answers?
Well, do we all guess?
Do we all guess? I have no idea.
Yeah, we got the answers.
What's the answer?
Did you? Was that C?
No, you idiot.
All right, what is it? What's the answer?
It is D.
Samhain.
Samhain. Ah, okay. All right.
Yeah, that was my guess.
Not to be confused with Sam Harris, who would argue about why C could be D because of the nature of truth.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, what is the highest grossing horror film of all time? This is an interesting one. We're movie buffs there, Dave. A, Paranormal Activity. B, It. C, 2,000 Mules. Or D, The Exorcist.
I'm going to go B, It. Unless adjusted for inflation.
If adjusted for inflation, I would say
The
D, The Exorcist.
Yeah.
I watched that on an iPhone and it still scared me.
Yeah, I would say The Exorcist if adjusted for inflation.
Yeah.
But B if we're just going.
I would say D, and maybe whoever wins in the chat, we'll send we'll. Yeah, you love the D. Yeah. We can. You know what? I just realized we can use it against him. He can't respond quickly enough.
Yes, I can.
You can't just interrupt the whole show by pressing a button.
No. All right. What is it? What's the answer?
Find out.
It is B. It.
Oh, B. It. Okay.
Hey.
$700 million.
Really? All for a pedophile clown.
Well, and It too was terrible.
Yeah, it was.
One was good.
The one where he's like a big clown on a spider. You'd think it'd be scarier than it is, but it's not.
It actually makes spiders and clowns less scary.
Right.
Combined.
They're doing It 3. It's to catch a predator.
Oh, is
just Chris Hansen shows up.
It's just the middle of the book, and they arrest Stephen King.
Yes, exactly. For those who don't know, if you haven't read the book, it's an orgy with children. That's what they end up doing because that's the only way to maintain your superpowers. That's how they found out in It. Boy, the brilliant move by those guys. Like, I think I'm losing my powers. We better all sleep together.
See, he made a lot of sense. He said it was so that you knew that they had gone into adulthood, and it's like, yeah, like you could have just written they're adults now.
Yes, exactly.
But you're like, well, it's a kid orgy for 28 pages.
Yeah, exactly. You wouldn't understand these things. You're not a creative.
Yeah, you don't understand.
Yeah. So what's going to happen next? Aaron Sorkin's going to write a series about an uncle kissing a girl at a barbecue.
You should see what they took out of Christine. A lot of stuff in that car.
By the way, Christine, I don't even know now. Someone stole her catalytic converter. Done.
Finished.
Number 3. This actor is most famous for his starring role in The Wolfman in 1941. Is it A, Bela Lugosi, B, Lon Chaney, C, Boris Karloff, or D, Kevin Sorbo?
It's B.
Do you know?
I don't know.
All right, what's the answer here?
It is B.
Lon Chaney. Oh, wow, good for you. Number
Werewolves of London, ladies and gentlemen. The song is what tipped me off.
Why would you know that? That's useless information.
No, it's not.
Yes,
no
it
good
is.
music, Iceman.
Yeah.
You're a jerk.
Yeah, it's just, you're just sad because you can't karaoke anymore.
Wow, wow, wow.
Yeah. Good
I
luck
take
with
it
your
back.
Cars cover band. Number 4, which horror movie villain is credited, and we're getting very near the end of this, is credited with the most confirmed kills? Is it Pinhead, A? Is it, I'm going to go in reverse, C, Jason Voorhees, D, Chucky, or B, Anthony Fauci? Now, of course, the answer is B.
Yeah. B.
B. I think we all know it's B. Yeah. Give us the real answer.
Pinhead.
Really?
Hellraiser.
Okay, well, that doesn't matter.
321 kills.
21 kills? That doesn't seem...
321
Oh,
kills.
321
I was going
kills.
to say, because like even Michael Myers is like 100-something.
Yeah.
And Hillary's like 200.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Michael Myers is third, 160.
Wow.
Oh, who's number 2?
2 was Jason Voorhees with 164.
Oh, okay. All right. That
Bad.
makes sense.
Especially considering he's really only in.
The first one was his mom. A lot of people don't realize that.
yeah.
And he only had the burlap bag over his face in the sequel.
Yeah, and he told me in 3, which I forgot till yesterday, that's when the hockey mask came out.
Yep, that's when the hockey mask came out. And 4 is where there's a child orgy. Stephen King.
Yeah,
decided-
there's-
he commandeered it.
Sexy Friday the 13th.
Yes. Sexy Friday, all under 13.
Yeah, there's 2 scripts for Child's Play. One's by Stephen King.
Yeah. It's written on the back of a children's menu.
Now you have to do throat cancer.
All right. Okay. You know what? You can do away with the voice box. You're going to stick with this?
I feel my voice coming back.
I admire the commitment.
I admire the commitment, but it's annoying. All right,
Yes,
good. There we go, Iceman.
All right, sorry.
It's miraculous. He's been cured. All right.
Sorry, I've been admonished by the Edit Bay. It's not Sam Hain, it's Sao In.
Oh, who cares?
That's how you pronounce it.
That's how you pronounce it, but it's spelled Sam Hain?
Yeah.
Is that Gaelic? Is that why?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't care.
I feel like that
Nobody
Who Cares
cares.
needed a voice box.
Yeah. Look,
I knew freaking cares.
It's always fun when they talk about the fighting Irish. It's like, yeah, we're fighting our spirit of the Irish. Yeah. What happened to your language? What language do you speak now? You conquered people?
English?
They're like, I don't know.
I don't. We put it on our signs, even though no one reads
We're
it.
not
but
really sure.
They pretty much figure, the drinking and driving. It's all the same. No one reads the sign.
Makes it more fun.
Is being drunk and leaving your children and hitting your wife a language?
Yes.
That's just cultural norms.
Actually, that's Tuesday night.
All right. So let's go on to this. I don't know if you guys all. Is the music off?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
At some point in the show, this is going to come off. I can.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. Huh?
What'd he say?
Yes.
Okay. So, former Vice President Joe Biden, this last week, made he gave some speeches. Now, here's the thing. I don't even know how much time we need to spend on this because if you've been following the show, you know that it's completely just flat out false. Where it almost feels like it doesn't warrant a rebuttal.
Yeah.
But a lot of people have been asking us to do it anyway. So let's just rapid fire these lies versus the truths. That brings us to This Week in Biden.
If you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black. Today, the most common price of gas in America is $3.39. Down from over $5 when I took office.
I want to turn to next month's election. You've referred to the midterm election as a choice rather than a referendum.
That's right.
Given record inflation, why should voters choose Democrats?
Because it's not record inflation anymore. I'm bringing it down. Look what we inherited. If you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
Okay. Now, do you guys spot the lie? It's kind of like a Where's Waldo, only if Waldo was just in a field.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spotted him.
A green field and just Waldo.
Yes, exactly.
Like if Waldo was standing in a 99-cent gas field and saying it was $5.
Yes, exactly. So that's what he said. Here's the truth. Gas was not $5 a gallon, in case you didn't know. When former Vice President Joe Biden took office. When he took office, it was $2.42, and that's after the pandemic. Of course, it dipped. It went back up. I think a more accurate metric is March of 2020. It was $2.32. So he was close because it was less than half.
That's true.
Yes.
He was 100% off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he
but
was
for him,
more than 100% wrong in that
but
statement.
he's 100% consistent.
Yes. Dare I say he's spookily consistent?
Yeah.
That's why I call this
ghostly.
The tale of the dementia patient riddled president.
Do you want a sip of water?
Yeah, I can't drink any of this anymore. What is this? Is this sand?
Yeah. Maybe.
And everyone's sucking sand?
Oh, it's my grandmother's ashes.
Oh, thanks, Dave. We needed a prop.
Well, she always wanted to just be spread anywhere, as long as it was in an "Are You Afraid of the Dark" theme.
I don't want to touch that.
Ashes to ashes and dust to terrible Halloween show. He said we no longer have great inflation, right? You just heard that? Well, here's
bringing it down.
Here's the truth, according to, you have economist Peter Schiff. According to pretty much all of the economists, when you actually include all of the prices. So CPI, by the way, when we're talking about inflation, we've talked about this before. It no longer includes housing prices, which were part of the index until 1983. So actually, the inflation is somewhere around 17%.
By the same economist.
By the same, by the same economist.
If it's an apples-to-apples comparison.
It's an apples-to-apples comparison. Well, because back when Jimmy Carter, right, the peak
Yeah.
inflation was about 14%,
Yeah.
and today we'll say, oh, inflation is 8-point-something%. Now, I get it. That is still the same metrics that we used with Donald Trump.
Right.
So that's, but if you want to talk about the worst inflation in our lifetime, people will say, well, it's the worst since, and they'll go back maybe 40 years. No, it's actually the worst since 1918 if you're using the same metric. Wow. That's where the peak was 17.9%. So we have to go back to 1918 if we're using the same metrics, including housing prices, to have this kind of inflation.
And I also love how he's like, I'm bringing it down. Yeah, but you brought it way up, and you brought it down by, I think, 0.2 percentage.
I call that the tale of the growing numbers.
Yes.
You're better set up to do that because you don't have a computer in front of you.
I know. I just still got some on my poop.
I don't know.
That's gonna stick.
I don't know if Apple warranty covers Dave's mother's ashes.
No,
it's my grandmother. Well, now they're
Grandmother,
mixed.
that's fine. That's
What's in
totally
this? What's in this lightning port? I don't know.
We just have the one urn.
Each
Dave.
cup is my dead family member.
I don't know. This one looks somebody like, yeah, that's uncool.
And this one's just my friend Petey.
They never solved his murder.
By the way, hit the like button if you can. Like,
found the
share. This,
Murder. I'm sorry. Made me
I
laugh.
don't even know. Everything is spooky themed.
It's Halloween. What
This show is it's positively horrifying.
He
You know
burned
what's
his body before they found out what happened to him.
That's right.
You know what is horrifying is actually next week. I believe is it. Oh no, wait, sorry, no, this week actually. This Tuesday is when. Is it Tuesday? No,
Wednesday.
this Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Sorry.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, Tuesday, we have Carrie Lake on the show.
Yep.
This Wednesday, we have an episode with an embalmer, an undertaker, who is run into. I have to be. You know what? I can't discuss any of it. The whole show is going to be on Rumble and Mug Club, but it will not be on YouTube. There's no way we could discuss it on
Ever.
YouTube. I just will tell you it has nothing to do with the vaccines and any type of anomalies that this undertaker has seen. So outside of this Wednesday, this is a live show Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. Eastern, here on YouTube, on Rumble. You can listen on audio or Mug Club.
Mug Club.
It's everywhere. Okay. So, you remember, I can't breathe, I can't hear.
You're doing well.
I'm down to my least favorite sense. Do you remember? This is another story too that is pretty scary. You remember in 2020 when a lot of people, of course, crazy conspiracy theorists, thought that maybe it was too early, or maybe they had called Arizona too early in the election night. Do you remember that? That was something that a lot of people, Brett Baer caught a lot of flack. Well, obviously, in learning from their mistakes in Arizona for 2022, they called the election for Katie Hobbs Friday.
Wow. And I call this the tale of the stolen election.
I call this correcting Gerald. It's the tale of the most safe, secure election ever. I call this the tale
of what happened to his throat cancer.
I call this one the tale of the fact that I accidentally inhaled sand earlier, so I just need I need some breathing room. So they called it for Katie Hobbs, 53%, Carrie Lake, 47%. 12 days before the election. Why do you not trust your institutions?
Yeah, I see no reason though. Makes sense.
I mean, it is clinical gaslighting when they blame you. Remember, Jon Stewart was sitting down. I can't remember who he was sitting down with. This is absolutely insane. None of these lawsuits. Well, hold on a second. Right now, remember, they tried to do this with the last election. You're living it right now. In the future, when you say they called the election in Arizona, the media, 12 days before the actual election, for someone who was actually statistically behind at that point in time, if you look at the cross-section of polls, remember this, because in the future, they'll try and tell you, no, that didn't happen. You're a crazy conspiracy theorist. Just lock it in there right now. You can say with 100% confidence moving forward, when they try and say that Carrie Lake wouldn't accept the results of the election, blah, 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 even though she'll very likely win, they're going to try and make you think that this didn't happen. Remember, it happened. There you go. Reference is available at loudwithcrowd.com. They had Katie Hobbs 53, Carrie Lake 47%. Even that would be incredibly ambitious if Katie Hobbs were to win, which is kind of hard to do when you don't show up for any debate ever.
Well, and also, it's like, you remember how we called it 2 hours early? Now we're going to do 2 weeks.
They're making sure they remove ambiguity. I mean, it's a fair point. I appreciate it.
That's insane.
I really can't drink. Hey, can someone actually just today just bring me a can of something to drink?
Oh, that's a weird.
Hey, you know what, Johnny Boy, bring me some. I think we have one of those liquid death cans because this is just.
I had to put a cover on mine.
Everything is floating, and I'm chalky from the sand. It's the worst combination possible.
It's not sand, it's mother.
That's true. You never came for his mother. Name that movie. It's the worst ever. And by the way, Fox 10,
Yes,
they claim that they received the graphic as a test from the AP. Here's the thing. I don't care.
Why are they making a graphic showing something that is obviously not going to happen?
Right.
If she loses, it's going to be very, very, very close.
Right.
It didn't run through anybody before you put it on air.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Like you can't just pretend it was an accident when it's like,
Yeah.
no, many of you approved this.
Yes. This is the media, by the way, the institution that you're supposed to trust. Their reasoning is, he did it.
The most trusted name in news.
Yeah.
They told me it. Who told you that? AP?
AP,
Oh,
huh?
Yeah.
by the way, who do major mainstream news outlets use for their morning newswire? AP.
Hey, Peter, do you know what day it is? Yeah. It's the election's not for 12 days. You couldn't have spotted that. You trusted the AP.
Even now
before
we're
the
taking
election?
into account which actual day it is.
Well, also Fox 10 themselves, they have Carrie Lake. They're employing 54%. The Kitty Hobbs 43%.
How?
Were they hacked?
I am in a Monkey Spock's outfit. We have Johnny Depp's bed.
Yes.
Current Iceman, which is just waiting one big glorified joke for throat cancer. And we have done more due diligence than Fox 10 or AP.
Get it together, you idiots.
Anyways, you can comment below if you've seen this. And by the way, if you think Carrie Lake's going to win, I'm going to talk with her about this tomorrow. It's so good. My tactile sensitivity is all off.
I know.
This is very,
actually
very
kinda
difficult.
nice. It's
Hey,
making
have you
my
shown the
hands
whole studio,
smooth.
by the way? Thanks to everyone. Yakuza
Yeah.
did this. Kim, I think Keegan,
People
Kelly.
that like Halloween far too much.
Yes.
Hootie.
like Halloween.
I love it.
Hootie worked on it. Okay. Here's another story.
The baby was right from Epstein's Island.
Yes.
Yeah.
Enjoy it.
Jeez.
Wow, I didn't even know that was there.
Isn't it creepy?
It really
I
is
saw it
creepy.
yesterday when they were setting it up, and it really bothered me.
Yeah, it
Well,
does
it
bother
should.
me too.
And I was like, I like this whole thing.
Did we
with
make
the
that,
baby.
or did you
I'm-
purchase that as is?
I'm sure it was purchased and we put the skull on it.
No, I made it.
Well, we're gonna get letters.
That is neat.
I make a bunch of them. You want one?
It's like Clint Howard with snow globes.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is my thing.
I call it the Margaret Singer doll.
Yeah. I got ones. They do different stuff. What are you into?
Well, I'm into anything that doesn't involve a baby and a skull. Oh, you must be looking for the other guy.
Yeah,
you weird,
I'm not
man.
your guy.
Yeah. All right, so here's another story before we get to, we have some spooky tales that we want to get to, for really the spookiest tales that we think from the year. I don't know if you know this, but Halloween ends, it debuted actually to a pretty healthy $41 million. Audiences aren't really happy with, I guess, kind of how it ended. The installment was not met with rave reviews from audiences. You saw it, Dave.
Yeah, people are not fans.
No.
Of the ending, yeah.
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 Doesn't he have a son? Oh, shoot. Spoiler. How do you have a son with Michael Myers? I don't understand. But the point is, people aren't happy with it, and we actually sent Dave here actually to get the only exclusive interview regarding this story. Because again, unlike AP, we actually want to do our own due diligence, get the story for ourselves, to sit down with the movie's lead actor, Michael Myers.
Now, Michael, I don't want to just talk Halloween Ends with you, even though it was definitely a movie. But I hear you're pretty versed in politics. I wanted to get your opinion on some stuff. Fetterman recently supported letting convicted felons out of jail. What's your take on that? All right. What was it like to work with Jamie Lee Curtis again, huh? That's got to be fun after all these years. Okay, we'll go back to maybe politics. So you're pro-life, actually, it says, which I find interesting. That you've killed so very many people, but in the womb, you're just a pro-lifer, huh? I gotta be honest, with all the lives it would save, don't you think it would be better if you were aborted? You know, like baby Hitler, that old... What? No, Michael, no! Ow! God! Oh! Oh! Ow! I'm sorry!
Oh well, that's always sad when you don't.
It's
tough to find good. It's tough to find good help today.
Yeah, it is. And really, look, the interviewer crossed the line, Dave. I think that's fair.
I'm not Dave.
That's right. It's Johnny Depp's bed.
Johnny Depp's bed.
He's the victim of another Yorkshire Terrier attack.
Yes. Dave was killed by Michael Myers.
Is that what you're saying?
Do you have any idea how bad you have to be to make the entire country empathetic to the man who wears 19 bracelets?
Yes. It's fine that, yes, he does his jewelry shopping at Chuck E. Cheese after playing skee ball for 9 hours.
Plays
like, what kind of a monster would you have to be to tomorrow make it so that, look at this, everybody. Hey, Joe Lewis.
Okay,
Joe
bye.
Lewis, where you go? Okay,
like,
all right. You know what? Well, Phil, you guys can take him. He doesn't want to be in here.
I saw a spider.
Yeah.
I don't like.
He looked at his
Joe
bed and he was
Lewis.
like, hell no.
Hey, what are you doing, buddy?
Look at my bed. What do you think?
Look at you. What is he, a pump? What is this, a pumpkin?
Yes, he's a pumpkin.
That's a spider on his bed.
Oh, there
He's
was
like,
a
"Screw that."
head thing, and we couldn't fit it on his skull. Okay.
Yeah, I filmed him, and I was like, turn around if you like your costume. He never turned around.
Never did.
All right, Joe Lewis, you can go. All right, guys,
somebody.
he doesn't want to be in here.
Lewis!
Well, we're going to be blowing the sand, and he's going to be very confused.
Yeah, there you go, buddy.
Okay, so now let's get to
Mr.
some of the
Sand.
top spooky stories of the year. This is what this is the theme of today. Some of them are a stretch. So Thursday, a madman on the spectrum entered a big tech company, and since then, by the way, things have changed. And actually, this is why we call this. I should blow the other direction.
Yes.
You guys have a vacuum. You can get rid of that. Okay. So I call this the tale of the disappearing tech elites. Now I have sand in my mouth. It gets worse each time.
You have ashes of a human being
That's
in your mouth. let's
grandmother
be-
in your mouth.
So
She needs your help.
So Elon Musk immediately fired CEO Parag Agrawal.
Boom.
CFO Ned Siegel. Their top lawyer Vijaya Gadi. By the way, these people they're from Wisconsin.
Yes, sounds like it. Good Polish
Immediately fired them. I don't even know when he took over officially, but it seemed like minute one he was like, "You gone."
Oh, in record time.
Yeah.
In record time. Now remember, Gad, is it Gad or Gaddy?
Who cares?
Here's the thing. I don't know how to appropriately pronounce all of the Wisconsin names.
It's Naga, not
Yeah,
gonna work here anymore.
Well, this person played a major role in, by the way, censoring the Hunter Biden laptop story, banning Donald Trump from the platform. Ayatollah was still on there.
Yep.
So if you just think, oh, it's someone who's coming in and wielding power, you guys don't like it when it's done on the other side. No, hold on a second. This is actually firing someone for not acting outside of the purview of their job.
And incompetence.
Yes. Well, and incompetence, but I think it's worse. Look, you cannot have a functioning. Twitter has been struggling for a very long time.
Yeah.
People know this, and Twitter has been struggling because they are not serving their intended purpose. It is not a platform where people can communicate. It's not an open platform. And if they're removing a sitting president and they're allowing the Ayatollah to still be there on the along with terrorist organizations, you've now ceased to fulfill your purpose. So this isn't just removing someone for their political point of view. It's firing an employee because they're insubordinate and incompetent.
Yeah.
So
I just hope he walked into his office carrying that sink and he was like, "I'm sorry, what are you doing in my new bathroom?"
Yes.
And then that's how he got fired.
Parag, we talked about this.
Come on. Can I get my things?
No, we'll mail them to you.
No.
Eventually.
I'm going to put them on my next rocket.
They're going to space.
And here's actually this person. We have a clip in case you've forgotten, trying to explain Twitter's censorship rule to Joe Rogan and Tim Pool in 2019. And by the way, it's an exercise in frustration.
Those accounts were actioned. They may not have been actioned the way you wanted to, but the tweets were forced to be deleted, and the account
Sure.
took a penalty for that. So
I understand that.
What kind of a penalty?
Well, again, as I said earlier, Joe, we don't usually automatically suspend accounts with one violation because we want people to learn. We want people to understand what they did wrong and give them an opportunity not to do it again.
Right.
And it's a big thing to kick someone off the platform, and I take that very, very seriously.
She's one of those women who's like she's pretty, but she's incredibly unattractive.
Yes.
It's what I call the Celine Dion syndrome.
Yeah, it's her soul coming through.
Yes.
You can see how dark it is, and that makes her unattractive. But she's like, it's a very big thing to kick somebody off, but she said it with a smile.
Right.
It's called a hate bang.
Yeah, for some reason, when I picture if she were, disrobed, she would look like that weird kind of fat lady thing in Scary Stories You Tell in the Dark.
Yeah.
I mean, where it had the hair that keeps getting pulled out.
You mean the story of the hair that keeps getting pulled out from the fat lady? I'm just here to amuse Steven. I don't know what.
The key is to purse your lips when you're done. I've learned that.
Is that
it blows back. Yeah. It blows back in your face.
It does.
You have it in your ready?
Is it a little backdraft in sand?
Yep. Yep.
Oh, grandmother, it smells like, tastes like your meatballs.
Check that sand for heat.
Yeah.
Oh.
Lord.
I mean, I can't confirm that that's what she looks like without clothes, but tell everybody.
You heard it here first.
Well, just the fact that she said we want them to learn. It's like, well, that doesn't sound much like freedom, does it?
No, you don't want them to learn. You want them to be you want them to be threatened into saying what you want them to say. You didn't say, hey, you need to say it a little differently. You said your account doesn't exist until you delete this tweet.
Yeah, exactly.
Even though it's 100% true, New York Times, do you remember that? Do you remember when you, at the same time, let taxes that were illegally hacked of Donald Trump's, illegally obtained, obviously because he was fighting with the Justice Department saying, no, I don't need to release this information, and you guys were like, I know we have a policy for information that's been stolen from other people being posted, but not today.
And for the record, they didn't have to hack Hunter Biden's laptop.
No.
He just forgot to pick it up at Geek Squad.
He almost like he wanted to be found out. He wanted to be famous for doing drugs with hookers.
Hey, Proud Boy over there. Did you hear about the Hunter Biden laptop story?
What?
Never heard about it?
What?
By the way, the people who got fired, I call this the tale of the he's absolutely not a Fed. People out there, if someone in a mustache and a bump underneath their button-down shirt that seems a little suspicious asks you to kidnap a sitting governor, just say no.
And says lean in when you answer the question.
Yep.
Yeah, if he refuses to take his shoes off at an Asian restaurant.
Right.
Don't just kick the crap out of the waiter. Make him take his shoes.
No, exactly. Just slam his face down on the hibachi.
Yes.
I love it. Good pull.
By the way, the people who were fired, in case you feel bad for them, they got huge payouts. So Agarwal got $38 million. Siegel or Seagal, I have no idea, $24 million. That person you just saw there, the Are You Afraid of the Dark Lady, $12 million. Oh, to be fired.
Oh, now
oh man, I want Twitter to fire me.
Yeah. And by the way, this doesn't change the fact that, of course, the leftist media they're in complete, total meltdown over Elon Musk and what his takeover means.
I can't help but think, as I hear the word Twitter come out of Nia Malika's mouth, what could potentially change in the coming hours or days now that Elon Musk is in control of Twitter. There has been a major push for people to get back on who've been banned, including the former president, and what potentially that could mean in terms of more heated rhetoric online.
No one used the obvious pun to make fun of S.E.
Twitter
Cup's
is a big
name.
platform for this kind of rhetoric, and you can say it's just talk, but it isn't always just talk. It's a very dangerous time to be a lawmaker, to be an election worker, to be a journalist.
Is that your family?
It's also a very dangerous time to find yourself to be the aging, once sexy librarian token look.
Yes.
Isn't it, S.E. Cup?
Now you're just the telling people to be quiet librarian.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, not sexy at all.
No, there's nothing sexy about it
And
at
I
all.
call this the tale of the aging hag.
Yeah, like the sexy librarian, if it was your wife, she showed up as a sexy librarian.
Yeah.
She'd be like, oh, I need you to be quiet because we don't want anyone to find us. Whereas S.E. Cup is just like, you checked it out late. You owe 45 cents.
Help! You're racking them up.
Yep.
This goes on your permanent record.
You're going to rent something out? You're just going to read the magazines.
Oh, I'm going to have a quiet pizza party in my office.
Thank you, sexy librarian S.E. Cup. I worked when I was at Fox News. She was there all the time. She used to be at Fox News.
Yeah.
I never would have in a million years have called on air that she was going to be a turncoat playing herself as the white Anna Navarro who always claims that she used to be a Republican. I don't want to say she's entirely useless.
She's a moron.
And she served no purpose. Now, this is why it's a tale of disappearing people. I mean, all of these people should have been in the back of a milk carton. This is a trend. This is actually a good thing. It's spooky for them, but good for us. There are plenty of people who have been disappearing lately. I don't know if you've noticed the trend. To add to the leftists of Twitter, we have Brian Stelter, Chris Cuomo, Trevor Noah, Nia Jankowicz, James Corden. These people, they've all disappeared.
From Twitter?
Yeah.
Well.
No, not from Twitter, from everywhere.
Oh.
I'm just saying people on the left seem to be fired at an astronomical rate.
Craziness.
So, hey, Gerald, what were you going to say?
I was about to say that this is a good thing, though, right?
Yes. It's good for us, bad for them.
But why is it spooky? I mean, I was about to go into spooky voice.
Because they've disappeared.
This was the tale of... Actually, this is good news. This is the tale of the media disappearing.
Well...
Oh, I didn't mean it like that. Media leads...
All right.
I didn't blow the sand.
This is the tale of the raptured leftists. Raptured to hell.
Yeah, the left's rapture. It'll just come like a bitch in the night.
That's right.
You will know not the time.
They're like, Jesus, take the wheel. And he's like, no.
How about you? He's like, I don't know. How about Jesus snip the brakes?
Yeah. He's like, I'm going to turn up the volume.
Yeah. How about Jesus remove the glass breaker from your glove compartment?
Yeah, there you go. Hey, how about Jesus took out your airbags?
Oh, Jesus.
Hey, you know what? I can't afford the chalky, the dry mouth from all this. So, Gerald, set up the next story that we have here. There's another spooky story from the year.
So the ruling class is concealing its appearance, and they start manipulating people to consume, breed, and conform to the status quo. This is the story of the invasion of the body autonomy snatchers.
Oh. How many car crashes do you think have taken place from the audio listeners right now?
I think a lot of them.
Several.
I think I was less annoying
Just out
with
of
this.
frustration.
Once or twice.
Okay, so let's go back to then. Okay, when you had the leftist media and the politicians, of course, they were furious and they were castigating anyone who wasn't getting vaccinated and stressing the importance of getting vaxxed.
Your choice not to get vaccinated and to listen to these pundits that are profiteering off misinformation, intentionally misinforming you, comes at a real societal cost.
We have in hand
I have
all
dinner
the
reservations.
vaccines
I have
we
to go.
need. Get every American fully vaccinated, including the booster shot. So there's no excuse. No excuse for anyone being unvaccinated. This continues to be a pandemic of the unvaccinated. So we got to make more progress. And for patients who still haven't gotten your kids vaccinated, please get them vaccinated. Look out for their interest here. It's the best way to protect them.
The only conclusion one can reasonably come to from looking what I've told you over the last few minutes is please get vaccinated. It will protect you against the surging of the Delta variant.
Instead of the virus being able to hop from person to person to person, potentially mutating and becoming more virulent and drug resistant along the way.
Or less.
Now we know that the vaccines work well enough that the virus stops with every vaccinated person.
And the real world data that we are getting from Israel and other studies will help us understand this better. But there are a lot of indications right now that are telling us that there is a protection against transmission of the disease.
Please get vaccinated. If you know someone who's not vaccinated,
Just shave it off. You're
find
not
a way to
fooling
convince
anyone
them
at
to
this
get
point.
Vaccinated. Literally, the only people dying are the unvaccinated. And for those of you spreading misinformation, shame on you.
So stop your
shame on you.
forward. Just wear a hat.
People are needlessly dying because of your misinformation.
And this is the story of snow on July 4th at the president's office.
What? Okay, Gerald, I don't understand that one fully.
We used a clip in there of Joe Biden talking, and there's snow in the background, and we dated it July 4th. So I'm pretty sure we got the date wrong, and we need an admonishment.
Oh, okay, we do need an admonishment.
So I
yes,
wanted to make sure, just to keep us,
Although I would
we make mistakes.
Snowy July.
Yeah, July 4th.
Actually,
snow at the White House.
In French Canada, where like camping is actually just a trailer park, and they would have Christmas in July. They would do it. So I'm familiar with it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm at ease with the situation.
We're not in.
I'm all right with
That's
it.
what I did. We would go camping. We just went to a trailer park for 2 weeks.
Well, that's fantastic. But we're
Like
not in the
the
southern
Yogis?
hemisphere, so snow in July is kind of rare.
That's absolutely true. All right, so that's what they claimed back then.
Well, I don't want this one. That's his.
And this is why this is the tale of the body autonomy snatchers. Again, spooky. It's a stretch. You should probably be more mad that you're losing your fundamental rights, but it's a theme today. So now, Pfizer executives, because we would never say this, all the references are available at loudercrowder.com. Pfizer executives admitted that the vaccine was actually never tested for stopping transmission at all.
Oh.
Was the Pfizer COVID vaccine tested on stopping the transmission of the virus before it entered the market? If not, please say it clearly. If yes, are you willing to share the data with this committee? And I really want a straight answer, yes or no, and I'm looking forward to it. Thank you very much.
Regarding the question around, did we know about stopping immunisation before it's entered the market? No. We had to really move at the speed of science to really understand what is taking place in the market.
I don't even know what speed of science means anymore.
It's a new Coldplay song.
Is it measured in a science year?
It's fart.
By the way, you can comment below if you guys knew about this story, because here's something else that I want to get to. You can hit the comment button there, Tim Toolman. You can just hit it as I go. I can't hear it. Also, now, a lot of you have heard from this judge in New York City, right, ruling that the vax mandate with their employees, right, with state employees, that basically they couldn't do this. They would have to rehire people who were fired because they were unvaccinated and actually give them back pay. You probably know that. What you may not know is when you actually read the judge's ruling, this is in there, the reasoning, it says, being vaccinated does not prevent an individual from contracting or transmitting COVID-19. So here's the thing. All of you who thought that it stopped you from getting it or stopped you from transmitting it, it's okay. You can maybe say that, it decreased mortality rate. Fine if you want. But you can't use the excuse anymore that this is exclusively a pandemic of the unvaccinated.
Right.
It's because your own people who gave you the talking points that you still want to use have said so.
Well, and you were shaming us just like we saw Chuck Todd doing at the very end there, saying that we're responding, get vaccinated. I can't believe you guys are not getting vaccinated. Blaming us for the deaths of individuals and then depriving us of livelihood and making us make decisions about, do we keep a job or do we get a vaccination, and potentially not understand how it's going to affect a nursing mother or a pregnant woman, right? Or a young man who's perfectly fit and just sometimes completely unrelated falls down.
Why did you say that? I call this the tale of Gerald mispronouncing mRNA gene therapy as vaccine. It's not a flu shot, you son of a bitch.
That's fair.
No.
All right, so this brings us to our next spookiest story this year. I have no idea how this one's spooky. We just have to frame. At a certain point, we're like, can we frame that as spooky? Sure, why the hell not?
Yeah, let's do it.
Look at what we're wearing. The hell's the difference? It's not like we're AP.
Hey, Carrie Lake won, by the way. They can do it weekend.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Carrie Lake won.
Hey!
Everybody, Carrie Lake won.
Woo!
And if she didn't, it was stolen. Let's just go with that.
We're fine.
You know who told me? CNN Plus.
AP.
Oh, that app hasn't worked for me in a while.
Yeah.
His just popped back up. Weird.
So, all around, there have been lives that have been ripped from the wombs in this country for a very long time, so that mothers can, get likes on TikTok. That's the problem that's been going on. So, actually, this next story is called. Actually, it's not really a story. It's sort of this commercialization. Mm-hmm. Because it's a sponsor from an upcoming film.
Right.
Yeah.
But we had to fit it all in. It's called The Witch 2, which will be available in theaters. Baby's Revenge.
It's everywhere.
Can we get a Dyson sponsorship?
We need something.
Yeah.
Those do a nice job.
Yeah, they do. Here's what the Dobbs versus Jackson, by the way, ruling, which was what you might know as the overturning of Roe v. Wade, and of course, it's turning us into Handmaid's Tale. But here's what the ruling looked like in real time.
What is the opinion from the court?
Poppy and Jim, the court issuing that landmark ruling that this nation has been bracing for, and the Supreme Court has overturned Roe v. Wade, that they have eliminated the constitutional right to an abortion. And at first glance, this opinion is very similar to that draft opinion that we saw leaked just about a month and a half ago at the beginning of May. So what we're seeing at first glance here is that this is a 5-4 decision. This is an opinion written by Justice Samuel Alito, joined with those other conservatives, Justice Thomas, Gorsuch, Barrett, and Kavanaugh.
Okay, so you see that, so difference of opinion, right? They're not necessarily thrilled, but of course the decision brought countless, innumerable screaming witches.
Screeching, some might say as well.
Yeah, and some might also say bitches.
Yep.
Wow.
Harpies, if you prefer,
Okay,
screaming in the streets in protest. Ooh, ghoulish.
What? You can't have a kid.
My rights got taken away, but let me make sure that I keep paying to live on this ball of dirt. What the did we fight for?
You didn't.
What did we fight for?
You did nothing.
How much more backwards are we gonna go until somebody opens their eyes and realizes this world is going to
You overturned Roe versus Wade.
Well, why don't you cry
And the
about
leader
it?
of the pack, Clarence Thomas, you handsy, good-for-nothing, sexual harassing you creep.
I don't
'Cause
think
you're a
he's
creep.
Jewish.
Yeah, I don't either.
You.
You're a creep.
It's the first time ever people want, I don't want states to have rights. They're protesting more rights. People understand because they want to equate rights with the right to abort a child all the way up until and including pregnancy. This does defer to the states. If you want to allow extreme abortion laws to continue to be the norm, you can live in California, you can live in New York, or you can move somewhere where they actually respect life, and somewhere like Texas, Georgia, I don't know, basically any state that's reasonable. They are protesting freedom. This is what's odd with this generation. This is the first time where you have people who actually are demanding less rights, not just in Roe v. Wade, but in the right to speech, in the right to own firearms, in the right to pick their school. This is the first generation. That's what's terrifying about this, is they are demanding fewer rights, and as they demand fewer rights, they are demanding that you pay for it, the taxpayer.
Yeah, and I would say to the person who is saying how far backwards can we go, and this ball is going to S word. You swore. How dare you? I would say killing tens of millions of babies was probably the point at which we started going downhill, and you just didn't notice.
Right.
And changing that maybe helps fix some of the problem.
Personally, showing me a bunch of people who should have been aborted isn't going to help me.
That's what we call reverse psychology.
See, that's why I say abortion should occur on your 40th birthday.
No. Liberal states, please don't ban abortion. Oh, no. I wouldn't do that, liberals.
We do assessment of how you've done your life.
I'm as pro-life as they get, but I would support a law that bases abortion on your Pinterest profile.
Yeah. See, that's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, there's common ground everywhere.
No, you're right. You're right. See, we don't have to agree on everything, but we agree on that.
Yeah, I know the baby has a chance, but she doesn't.
Right. No, you're exactly right. There is no hope. And by the way, we actually have some never-before-seen footage, exclusive here, the exact moment Roe v. Wade was overturned.
Oh.
See how we tied it back to spooky?
Yeah.
That's terrifying. That'd be crazy if that was like for real.
This is one of those days where I really hope my parents aren't watching what I do for a living.
You know, this is the day. This is where you draw the line.
Right out there watching what you do.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Maybe this is why your dad got a doctor's appointment. He's like, Halloween's a good day for colonoscopy.
Yeah, exactly.
And he found attached to the door a copy of his father's will with him cut out of it. Good work, Yakuza. All right, let's do this one really quickly. This is one that you wanted to do. This is what we have basically an apocalyptic maniac who attacked a group of unsuspecting Eastern Europeans. And so this one is you go ahead. This is the tale of
the Night of the Living Dead Empire.
It's just
cocaine.
Mine's fentanyl.
You were supposed to give me cocaine.
It's
you guys.
You rascals.
So this is something that is pretty. It's actually, again, it's a silver lining. Remember we all thought that Russia was tough?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that big paper tiger over there.
Yeah, and a lot of people, you could also call this the tale of, the disappearing American hundreds of billions of dollars to a corrupt shithole. But it's just we couldn't fit it on the placeholder. Yeah.
No.
But did you just...
Guys, they're going to pay us back.
Yeah, that's how this works.
See that IOU? That's
Yeah.
for $58 billion.
You know,
might want to hang on.
Yeah.
That
It's a lot of zeros.
that one's for a tank. You might want to hold on to that.
But remember, they a lot of people thought that Putin would have a quick victory. And of course, I'm not a Putin fan, not a fan of Russia, not a fan of fascists in any form, just to be clear.
Yeah.
But let's not act as though Ukraine is, that they're angels. We've talked about this quite a bit.
Oh, of course. No, but Putin thought it would be a quick victory. He thought it was going to be something that took just several weeks to go in there. And I think, what are we, 8 months later now?
And Ukraine is actually gaining some territory.
Yeah, exactly. So they're pushing back a lot and making them look as weak as they are. I feel like Russia is reverting back to World War II and just doing like a World War Z kind of mentality. We're like, we'll just throw bodies at this until maybe we overwhelm them or not.
Right, yeah.
Apparently we're not.
Well, they can't have that many bodies left.
Well, not people that want to actually go.
No, that's the problem.
Putin's body will actually be thrown at them at some point by the other people who don't want to go.
Yeah.
So
Might be shot at them at his, discretion.
Just drop him into Kiev.
They'll fit him in a cannon like a circus act.
Yep.
So, I don't know why I'm just like Super Dave Osborne in a helmet. They're stuffing him in. No, yet, I do not want this.
Just an Asian guy taking photos of him.
You made your overly ornate bed. Lie in it.
You're right. You made your giant table.
You sit at it. Sit at it.
You'd see his cutting board.
And this is the tale of the giant table.
What is that for?
You're getting to Are You Afraid of the Dark, Happy?
I got it out of my
You're
system.
getting
I'm
to...
done.
It's never out of your system. That's the point. That's the problem. It is It is within you always.
I wonder how many people were molested on that show.
I auditioned for that show. I've told that story many times. It was the most demoralized. I'll tell you this really quickly.
Dish.
Don't do it. I swear. If you blow one more grain of sand, I swear to you, I will end your bloodline. Don't.
He's not kidding.
Don't. Okay.
He's
So I
tired of those
auditioned.
ears.
Just for that, you owe Mug Club another Friday. You owe them a free Friday show. You owe them a free Friday show. Gerald's going to be hosting an additional Friday show because he got overzealous and he doesn't understand the concept of timing.
I guess I'm still gay.
Yes, truer words were never spoken. So I auditioned for Are You Afraid of the Dark? I auditioned for Are You Afraid of the Dark, and I went in when I was a kid. They had me do the scream test, and I remember seeing everyone in the green room go, oh, that's weird. It's kind of monolithic here. Okay.
Yeah.
And I went in, and then as they made me do the scream test, and then I have to read the line, the sides for the audition, and it dawns on me. I say, I call this the tale of the... And then I think in the green room, oh, they were all Asian. Misfortune cookie. I'm going, oh, no. I'm a token.
It'd be so great.
It's a room full of Asian guys, and I'm the bad actor.
Yeah, if you got it, and they're like, "Do I need makeup for this?" They're like, "Just hold your fingers and make your eyes racist."
Yes. Repeatedly say that you so sorry. We'll be good.
Yeah, I'll mispronounce
It's fine.
everything.
It's Nickelodeon in the 90s. We don't really care. Yeah.
So this is the invasion, of course, that Russia promised and that everyone feared. Now, that seems pretty cut and dry spooky.
Yeah.
Yes.
Here's the invasion that Russia actually delivered.
He just deked the guy.
He just lazy Aikito'd him.
All you have to do is briskly walk away.
I mean, Steven Seagal could get out of the way.
Well,
I don't
probably
know
not.
about that.
He probably would have been, the zombie would have broke his arm.
Where's the puppy?
He'd come back to the camp. He'd be like, I saw them. They were as fast as jackrabbits. I couldn't mount a defense. I'm like, all right, Steven. I think we can handle it.
He becomes a zombie. He's just overeating brains all day.
Yeah. I ran so far away.
All right, is there anything else we need to cover on Russia?
No, Russia sucks.
Okay. All right. So look, send your costume. Yeah, Ukraine sucks too. Let's toss that all in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think. Is there anything else that we missed? No.
We do have some more missing data engineers from Twitter.
Really?
Yeah. This comes from Dee Bosa from CNBC.
It's happening.
Here are two of them. It's pretty funny. She said they're visibly shaken. Daniel tells us he owns a Tesla and doesn't know how he's going to make payments.
Well, welcome.
Yeah. He also doesn't. If it's in California, he doesn't know how he's going to charge it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Go in and ask your boss if you can give you a free Tesla.
You know, the guy you hate.
I'm going to return it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good luck.
Oh, yeah. And by that, you mean default on your auto loan?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
You mean try to fight a repo man who beats the hell out of you?
You just put your face up to the biometric lock. Yeah. Oh, how could I have figured that one out? All right.
It's awesome. This is just going to keep happening. Terrible
Takes
employees.
his wallet and everything he's got in his car.
In case you need any more proof that the left eats their own. The left hates Elon Musk, the electric car guy, and he had to leave the state of California for Texas. If you can't make Tesla work in the state of California and they have to leave for Texas, no green energy policy can work. It's not possible.
No.
All right, we're going to go here to Mug Club. Where do they send their costume contest winners?
To Ladder with Crowder on Instagram and tag it with hashtag LWC Spooktacular.
Okay, so everyone else, you can follow us on Instagram and you'll be able to see the winners. You about to say something there, Gerald?
No, I was going to say make sure you plug that because I want to make sure we see all the costumes.
Yeah.
Some
So
of them are
we're
better
about
than
to. I
ours.
call this actually.
No. But
what?
Are you going to do it?
Well, I call it the tail of the YouTube tract infection.